The next phase, the final phase, is phase 3, knowledge production. So in the knowledge production phase, what we're talking about is post-coursework doctoral students, or those approaching ending of your coursework. Generally, you take your comprehensive exams in the final semester of your coursework. So if you're coming up on that, you're in phase 3. If you've already completed that and you're now in the dissertation phase, congratulations, you're in phase 3. So that's what it's designed for, those who are in the comprehensive exam stage or the dissertation stage. If you're in the comprehensive stage, what you can do in addition to, not in addition to, you notice I normally tell everybody, give family time and get me time. I'm not telling you that if you're in this phase. This phase, you got to get to work so that you don't have to do this again next year. You can sacrifice one Christmas in order to give your family and friends and yourself an abundant Christmas here on after this. So you don't get to give me time and all of that. You got to get to work. So if you're in the comprehensive phase, take this time to do a course by course review of everything you've done. Go back and look at those notes. Go back and look at the assignments. Go back and think about the major takeaways and information you got from each course. Challenge yourself to do one course a day. Now, for most of you, if you're doing 60 hours, that's 20 classes. So that's 20 days worth of look. And I know that your winter break extends beyond that, but that should at least carry you until classes start again. But do a course by course review, one course a day at a minimum. And hopefully do it with a classmate or a set of classmates. Remember, these are no solo acts here. So do it with a team. So you can all share resources, discuss stuff, pull out things that one person may have missed, but have that discussion and have that comps review time with your classmates. If you're in the beginning dissertation stage, there are several things you can do. One is, and I highly suggest that you secure your literature. All the literature you intend to use towards your dissertation, secure it. Make sure it's there and available somewhere, that you've got your article cards and article card sets ready to go. But you secure your literature. Now, many people ask, well, how many articles should I have towards my dissertation? There is no magic number, but there's a magic range. That magic range can be anywhere from 80 to 125 articles. And I'm leaning more towards 115 to 125. And that's conservative. Some professors will actually ask for more. Some will say you don't need that much. But I've never heard a person say you have too much literature on a dissertation. You got too much information. You're too deep on this. So secure your information, secure your literature. Maximum range, a magic range, 80 to 125 articles. You should know where you are. You should have them stored somewhere. If you've been following along and listening to this, you should be able to have some stuff stored somewhere. Secure your big data. Those of you who don't know what I mean by big data, I mean like national reports that deal with your topic. So know how to get good big data, know how to use it, and secure your big data reports. And make sure they're the most recent reports. So if you're doing stuff from the condition of education report, make sure it's 2021. If you're doing something from Survey of Earned Doctorates, make sure it's the most recent publication. If you're going Census Bureau, gather the most recent of publications and reports. The next, from all of those things, begin to start developing key questions that could serve as a research question. So developing your research questions is a definite part of this. And of course, while you're developing your research question, it actually is part of a triangle effect. So what you're doing from the key questions, your key research questions should tell us about your research design and approach. Just based on the language within your design, it tells us about the type of, in your question, tells us about the type of design and approach you choose to use. Whether it's qualitative design, quantitative design, mixed methods design, and then the various approaches within each design. Your research questions should direct you towards that. In addition to that, your research questions should drive towards your framework. Whether it's your theoretical or conceptual framework, your research questions should also be connected to your theoretical conceptual framework. In that, your framework tells us how you want us to view your topic, what lens we should look at your topic through. So, and that connects to your research design and approach, and connects to your framework, and connects to your research questions. All three should be connected in some way. I actually have a mini course on qualitative design made easy. And in that mini course, we talk about this. And not just for qualitative designs, but also for quantitative as well. But we have those items available for you. And it's a mini course. So it's about 5, maybe 6 sessions. Check that out in the courses, particularly in mini courses. So let's review so far and keep going. Secure literature, secure big data, develop key questions or research questions, determine design and approach, and then develop your framework or determine your framework, which you will use. The next piece that you want to do during this break is develop the purpose of your study. Tell us why this study is necessary. What is the purpose of it? What are you trying to explore or explain? And what key concepts or variables are involved in the study? So that's all should be covered in your purpose of the study. Now, when you go to write this, the first sentence should be extremely clear and extremely simple. The purpose of this study is to ... And you complete that. Then you can explain to us the key concepts and variables in the study afterwards. But make sure that that particular sentence is clear, that no one can mistake that for another section. So develop that purpose of study. In addition to that, what you can also do is articulate the critical problem. The critical problem is a problem that will not be solved by time. It's not something we can wait and then it'll end, like a recession or like a bad student in high school. Eventually he's going to graduate or drop out. But that's not a critical problem. A critical problem is something that will not go away. It cannot be solved with a Google search. And it's supported by your big data. You have to use big data to convince us that this problem, if left alone, can be catastrophic. That's the use of big data. Now, you have to remember, people love pictures and numbers. And if you can create pictures with a number called a figure or a table, that's another chapter in the APA manual, that works even great for us. So make sure you are doing that, where you're actually discussing the big data and how that big data contributes or describes the critical problem of your study. I have to say, stop right now and give a shout out to Dr. Shanique Lee. Congratulations. I saw your graduation. So glad to see you do it. Congratulations once again. You are ready. You went through a thorough program, absolute thorough program, and you are more than ready to challenge the world now. But thank you for joining us, and I'm so glad you were able to get this major project done, and now you're ready for the world. Now, that deals with those people, when we talked about all of this, people in the beginning dissertation stage. The next stage is your pre-proposal stage. So you're past your pre-dissertation, like talk and things like that. You're now in the pre-proposal, which you haven't defended your proposal yet. So during this break, you can start working on refining chapters 1 through 3. You should be somewhere along the line with those chapters. If you're at this stage, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So refine chapters 1 through 3. Start that over this break if you haven't already. And also, this will be a perfect time to see perhaps a dissertation coach, like the Done Dissertation program. They can take you from this particular stage and really help you to move things, to help you see things you probably didn't see before. But during this stage, during this break, you can take the time to start working on chapters 1 through 3. And it's perfect because even I went on a Facebook group and asked them, what did you plan to accomplish during this break? And there were many people who were right at this stage talking about working on chapters 1 through 3. They're right in line with what they should be doing. The final group during this particular phase is the post-proposal. So you've defended your proposal already, and now you're on to the coast to finishing your final defense. And generally, if you got past the proposal, you've gotten past the toughest part. Everything now is just piecing it together. So during this break, you probably should be working on edits in your proposal because no one walks away from it unscathed. You should be working on your IRB if you haven't already. Your data collection and data analysis, you should be somewhere on those stages where you're actually interviewing, collecting data, or you're analyzing data you have collected, and you're probably in a coding moment and things like that. And then you can also work on the remaining chapters. It depends on how you're doing those chapters. I would say chapters 4 and 5, but that's more traditional. Of late, I've been doing a lot of 6-chapter dissertations where the last 3 chapters have been independent articles. So there are many ways to do the dissertation. So depending on what phase you're in, you're probably working on the remaining chapters of that dissertation. I encourage you to do that. If, once again, you need that dissertation coach, once again, the Done Dissertation is a perfect platform for you to use. I can help a little bit, but that's not necessarily everything that I do. My focus right now is more so on pre-dissertation students, but those who are at the dissertation stage, Dr. Ramon Goings, the Done Dissertation Coach, is actually perfect for you. So with that said, I'm going to close out. This is the final live that we do. We'll come back, I believe it's January 4th, and we'll start going deeper into some other topics. But please check out www.myadvantage.org and see the courses or the coaching or the consulting that we offer. And then hit us up and let us know how we can help you. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Have a great Christmas break or holiday break, and I will see you refreshed and ready and recommitted in the next year. Bye now.